Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. How are you today? Oh, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. Pop it along. No. Your daily crumb. Help you along your way today. Well, we hope so anyway. Hey, hey, hey. Hey. Yeah, it's still swinging. And it's a flowing, and here we growing. Okay. Okay, here we grow. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time of the day this is for you. And welcome to the Daily Crumb. With me, Wingish Nipe, Jackie Quay, your friendly free ass, sweet grass water medicine woman. Also, Christiana Carr, Christy Carr, superstar. Oh, this beautiful divine being right here. Oh, and welcome all you beautiful divine beings right here too. All grows that with you. Hey, hey, hey. It's a Thursday. Thursday. Therapy Thursdays. Thursday. I don't know what's up for you. Yeah, it's swinging. Flow time's coming. Hormones are growing. And tears are coming. And other stuff. Okay, stop messing with it. Stop messing with it. Stop messing with it. Okay, here we grow. Hoo, hoo, hoo. Case of emergency breakdance. I gotta go do some breakdancing. Some pop and lock and drop and roll. Oh no, and the sun's shining out there, and up here it's deceiving up here in the Canada. The sunniest days in the winter are the coldest days. They're the coldest days. And then I just heard from somebody I was talking to. She's down in the Florida. They don't get them as cold as we do, but she just said they had a freeze. So I'm like, what? Right? So one of their weather ladies says when you get that cloud cover, it keeps that warmth in. I'm like, ah. So now with no cloud, he's just going right up into the sky. But it's still beautiful out there. So I was thinking of getting on my skidoo suit because it's like 1 o'clock. It's afternoon for me right now. I was gonna get on my skidoo suit and go out and make a snow angel. And maybe dance my way over to the mall, but I don't know. The body is like, eh. That's the thing in these times of the cycles. Just the start of it, I feel like I got some more energy, so I try go. And then I forget that my go is no slow. Okay, all right, wrong. Um, So that's why things are getting later. I'll just take them, giving myself the time, moving at my own pokey little puppy pace. Okay? Here we grow. Here we grow. You just stand for that. We're going to get into this now. Okay, here we grow. We're going to get into it now. And then cold again. I turn that heat off. I was hot and I'm cold. As I'm hot and I'm cold. Oh, ho, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, here we grow. Here we grow. Here we grow. Get up there. Oh, maybe that's more in my way. I don't know. I'm just trying to secure this little box. I should put like some weight in there. Oh, I have the other books that are over there now, but it's fine. Brain's still coming back online. Okay, like one arm in. That's what we got to do. One arm in and one arm out. Yeah, they say, okay, it's far enough back. You don't really see them, do you? And here I got to go point them out. Like 7 all around one time. So it's stress. When I get the pictures taken, time school pictures came up, they'd be there on my face. Anytime family pictures, whatever. So when I had the 7, the mother took me to the doctors, and he said, "Oh, she's just prone to them." No, reflection and affirmation. Let's just do one. We have all the 3. We'll do all the 3, but we'll just do the 1. So he said that I'm just prone to them. I don't get the sick a lot, right? That's why I call it cleanse. I don't really get sick, but anytime there's a virus or whatever breaks out that way, I'm like, oh no, I don't know if I prefer having the sniffles or what, you know? And I was joking around. I was like only dreaming about making out. I wasn't really making out. I'd get teased about that when I was a kid. Get what? Oh, who was you kissing? Nobody. Only a kid. I wasn't kissing nobody. Ah, at least not to my memory. I don't have a lot of memories from the childhood. Reasons for that, right? I don't know. The body keeps the score. Brain might not remember, the body does. It went through it. And you know what? When we go someplace else in our minds, that's why. The brain don't remember because in our minds, we went someplace else, someplace more pleasant. But the body was still there, experiencing that trauma or whatever that was. But that's a lot of times, some people go, how could you forget something like that? Right? Because they're there, they can remember every single detail of it. And some, where that disassociation comes in, and this is sometimes where, it becomes a separate part, still part of the whole. Anyways, but so that's why some don't remember traumatic events, but your body still does, right? So sometimes, like, for example, for myself, okay, there was lots of yelling and all that, right? That high intensity, that anger and all that. That any time that I heard any angry voices, my body had a physical reaction to it. I'd be like, "Ugh," like Garth on the couch when Wayne leaves the set. I feel it physically, even if it was somebody like down the street across the road yelling. It had nothing to do with me. My body goes physical because angry voices, somebody's going to get hurt, right? And especially if it was my mother or somebody I loved, right? I was more concerned about that than myself. Anyways, some other things going on too that I just contributed to instead of helping. A lot of these things out there tend to support and protect reputations more than children. And it's policies and stuff like that. And even when people do want to help and change, it's their hands are tied. Anyways, that's a whole other thing I'd like to share because I know I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only one, not the first one. I'd like to hopefully be one of the last ones in our children so we can save our children because the children should be a priority over any adult's reputation. When it comes to children, right, that's where it should be. Okay, you've got to prove yourself innocent, not that the child has to prove that something happened to that child or that the parent has to prove that something happened to that child. That's not just, it's just passion. I want to help the children. Most of all, us adults, we've lived our lives. Okay? Sometimes we act more immature than children. Okay? I like that somebody said childish, and that's an insult to children for some of them. So they act more immature than actual children, because children aren't immature. Children don't act immature. They are not mature yet. So children are not immature. I don't know. Okay, I'm getting hooked up on words. Here we go. Moving on, moving on. We're 9 minutes after read the card. Here we go. People who love themselves don't hurt other people. The more we hate ourselves, the more we want others to suffer. Dan Pearce. Reflect on a time that you hurt someone else. We've all done it. We've all done it. None of us are innocent from that purpose. A lot of it is not meant to. It's not on purpose, but we've all done it. So let's reflect on a time that we hurt someone else, intentionally or not. What inside of you was out of balance during this time? Have you been able to rebalance those parts? That's a 55. That's a 1. So on those times, hey, there's that story that comes to my mind right now from when I was in school and we were told and talked about this story about this 3-year-old coming downstairs with their artwork and going to show their daddy, who is knee deep in shit because the sewage backed up into their thing, right? So it's not that a part's out of balance, it's what they're dealing with. So having that father look back at, how when I turn around and said, not right now. And then that little 3-year-old locked up their little artist going, Dad doesn't like my artwork when I had nothing to do about that. So even in situations like that, when we may have caused hurt, like if our children are saying, this hurt me, we have no right to say, it did not, or I didn't mean it, so it's your fault if you take it personally. No, right. Let's listen to them and go, okay, I can understand how you felt hurt, but really, darling, it wasn't about your artwork. Daddy was just knee deep in shit, So my tone came across because I was angry at the shit, not because I didn't appreciate your work, you know. So I'm sorry, right? Okay, see, something like that instead of going, oh my goodness, you took that, you've held on to this your whole fucking life, and oh, excuse me. Passion's coming out, here we grow, right? But we have no right to say that. If our children want to come and say, this hurt me, let's hear them out. Let's hear them out, right? And find that understanding. Find that understanding. Not take that personally either, okay? It's not personal. So let's just look at that. Where is that in your life that you have hurt somebody else intentionally or not? And what did you do? How can you make up for that? What inside of you was out of balance during this time? And have you been able to rebalance those parts? And have you been able to make up for that? I don't know. What's that for you? What's that for you? But that's another, all the more reasons to go and love ourselves too, right? Because that's where that saying comes, hurt people, hurt people. Excuse, excuse, excuse. Okay? People that love themselves don't go around hurting other people. So when we put ourselves first, source, self, others, right? Source, self, others. Okay, then we're not looking outside for that outside approval, that outside validation. We don't need that. We love ourselves. So we're with people and in relationships and stuff like that to share that, to amplify the love and the happiness and whatever, right? And not to get others' approval so we feel better about ourselves. Because we're not going to let it in either, right? We're going to deflect. No, that's not me. Oh, yeah, it's easier for you to say that. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. So let's look at that. Let's look at that. And also, a low self esteem is also a form of vanity and also a form of narcissism. Okay? That's where I'm like, okay, I'm going to build up my self esteem because I don't want to be a narcissist. And I keep looking at myself. Am I a narcissist? Because now I'm focusing on my self care. And of course, those ones that are like to turn around and make it about that. So every little thing that I did, just little things for myself, they also added to that feeling selfish. But it was already there. They couldn't really amplify that if it wasn't already there. Okay? It's just like sticks and stones may break my bones, right? People can't hurt you with name calling unless you choose to let that hurt you. Maybe on some level you believe that, right? So we need to clear that out. That doesn't matter, right? And other people's opinions, right? We don't always say about that. But what people think about us is none of our business, really. Really. It's not. People's thoughts are their own. They're allowed to think whatever they want, even about us. Right? Okay, that one flew down. I just want a path. Okay. One more. I mean, a totem. Right there. And we got two paths. And we got path on the totem. Eric Grove 1354. So that's the unlimited vision. How do we keep squashing ourselves? How have we done that? How have we taken on things? And oh my goodness, I can't do that because, mother always said this, father always said that, or whatever, right? I'm not an artist because my father screamed at me when I was 3. It wasn't about me. I don't know. Oh. But how have we held ourselves back in that? How are we even seeing that? Okay, no, now I'm right. What do we keep bringing into our life? Because the brain will go, yep, it keeps looking for patterns. So I don't know. What's that for you? What's that for you? How are you limiting your own dreams and your own visions and you're limiting yourself, your healing? What is that one? Using your integrity impeccably. Impeccability, integrity, and impeccability, right? Being you, fully, wholly, and true. But nobody gonna know it if you don't show it. And you ain't gonna show it if you don't know it. If you're feeling too shy, whatever, we don't love ourselves, whatever that is. So let's integrate. Let's look back at all these things. Let's integrate all the things that little went through. And hey, maybe it's looking at those things that where we got hurt. Maybe we took something personally. So I was looking at the times that we hurt somebody else, and we've all done it. We've all been there. We've all done that. Best of intentions or whatever. So let's look at that. Honest, no shame or blame. But going, okay, all right. And we don't say, I didn't mean to hurt you, so it's your fault if you choose to be hurt. Okay? No. Let's integrate that. Okay, let's look at that in ourselves. Right? So no blaming others. Let's look at that in ourselves and take that responsibility. All right. All right. What is that? Okay, so that's the one that fell to the floor. Let's look at these first. That healing. And we need to be responsible for that healing our body because we're not going to let that in either. Right? If we love ourselves, we're going to want to take care of ourselves. We're going to put that oxygen mask on and we're still going to be there for others, right? It's not above or below, but, just as part of. Right? And that's where we get that healing in there too. Because we get by to fear. We're driven. We don't want to be driven by fear anymore, guided by love, but, right? And we're not all on our own when we keep thinking, I got to do it on my own. Oh, no, if I want it done right, I got to do it by myself, right? We just close off. There's so much that want us out there to be closed off. Because no man is an island, okay? No man is an island. We all need each other. To think anything else is to be deluding ourselves, right? And that fear is there for a reason. It's not all bad. It's when it stops us, right? If rabbit didn't go out and gather its food, its family would starve. If it was just too afraid and it stopped living its life because, eagle might be out in the sky, right? But how can we call that in, right? Rabbit was out there. I'm not afraid of you, Eagle. So it's not about going and confronting and aggression and, you know what, fighting gets some more fighting. It's time to heal that. And we can't heal that in anyone else. We can only heal it in ourselves. And we have to open up. Open up. Spirit's always got our back because that's all we give that. But we can ask for that healing and it can come in and we can get out of our own way, right? And we can stop denying that we've ever hurt anybody else and blah, 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 blah. None of us are perfectly innocent here, yet we all are. None of us are innocent here, but yet we all are. Oh no. What's that all say to you, beautiful beings? What's that all say to you? Okay. Thank you. Helps me too. All right, all right. I'm having those looks in myself as well. Because it's begin within. This is what we're doing. Okay? It's what we're doing. All right. Biggest hard hugs ever. Thank you for being you and shining your light through and everything you do because you know what this world needs you just to be you, fully, holy, and true. Don't let this world miss out on all that's here. I'm so glad that you're here on this earth walk. I'm so glad that you choose to stay. You choose. You choose to stay here on this earth walk every day. Let's grow, grow, grow. Slow. Slow, slow. Make this another wonderful, blessed day. Love you all. Mwah. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Okay, a cat. Stop recording. Okay, that's done. Okay, no, we know that doesn't work like that, but it's fun to try. Love y'all. Did it stop? I know, I don't think so. I didn't hear it say, stop recording.